So I got a question for you. If there was a scoreboard of your life, of where you're currently at, versus your capacity, how would the scoreboard look for you? I'm Patrick Bedivia, your host of Valuetainment Weekly, and I'll tell you, one of the things that used to bother me the most when I got out of the military was every time I looked at the scoreboard of life, of what I could do, I kept feeling like I'm way behind, and I'm way behind, and I'm way behind, and I'm way behind. I'm always falling behind. And it doesn't make you feel good. I don't know if you've been there before. And it would give me this feeling of panic, anxiety, and fear. And how do we feel when we have those three feelings in our lives? Think about it. So I asked the question, well, what is panic stemmed from? What causes us to panic? What causes us to have fears? What causes us to be having anxiety attacks? Initially, a lot of times we think, man, it's somebody else's fault. It's because of this person or that person or this person or that person or other people, right? I realize it has nothing to do with them. All of those things have to do with me. And then I said, so now next step, when you study this subject, what creates panic? What creates fears? What creates anxiety attacks? You start realizing what causes that, because in reality what we would all like to have is a life with little to no anxiety, right? A little to no panic and little to no fears. It's never going to be none completely, but as little as possible. So how do we do that? Three things it takes for that to take place. One, it's having a high level of urgency in life. Let me explain. You see, when you look at the score of life and you may say, I'm behind because they got a lead on me, my potential does, and I'm not there yet. Well, how urgent are you about catching up? Most people don't live life being too urgent. Most people are too hurried. They walk fast. Everything is just quick and they feel like they're doing things, but it's kind of like me just turning in the same place. You're not really getting anything done. You're still standing in the same place. Urgency is going next. What do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? Performers have higher expectation of being urgent than the rest of the people do. Second thing I'll tell you is having been there before. What does that mean? If I am facing a problem that I've been there before, I know handle it a lot better than before because it isn't my first time there. So you need to put yourself in situations where you don't know how to handle it. You learn, you come back and better, and you go, you learn, come back and better, and eventually it's just like shooting a free throw like some of these professionals do because you've been there before. And the last one that'll take a lot of the stress and the anxiety away is preparation. So few people prepare, and you are not going to make it to the top level of performance and competing if you don't prepare. I learned it the hard way. I'm telling you from pure experience. Just because you're talented or you speak well or you do well, all that stuff, if you are not urgent about life, if you're not constantly putting yourself in a situation that you've been there before and you know what to do next, and if you're not preparing, life's going to constantly create panic, stress, fear, anxiety, and you'll always look at the scoreboard of life saying, why am I still losing versus my potential? My challenge to you is get it together, put a plan of action, and start beating your potential. Start beating your potential. Do better than what you thought you could do yourself. And that's what takes you in the unknown part of life. And the unknown part of life is unpredictable and it's juicy. You experience things you've never experienced before. That's the juice of life that you want to get into. Anyways, I got to go out there and hit some balls, and let's see how I'll do. If I miss some of them with these underhand balls they're throwing, please do not laugh at me. Meanwhile, please be sure to subscribe on this channel and comment on the bottom. Oh no. Notice this is why I do financial services. Oh, dive it in. There it is. Nice. Are you kidding me?